I'm not a fitness influencer. I'm not a personal trainer, and nor am I a fitness guru. I'm just a normal, typical, everyday 52-year-old man who realised a few years ago that I needed to change. Now, the whole purpose of this video is to not show you technical workout routines or diets. It's simply to try and help men in their 50s and 60s be motivated enough to make a change so that you simply become a better version of yourself. Now, in this video, I want to go through my story, what happened to me and why I had to change, and why I think men in their 50s and 60s still have way more potential than they believe. Now, something happens to men in midlife. I see it all the time. You're still busy, you're still working, and you're still getting by. But physically and mentally, you're slowly slipping, and you don't really notice it until one day you do. Now, unfortunately, a lot of men in midlife, they'll look in the mirror and just think, well, you know, this stomach is part of midlife. This sagging of the skin is part of midlife, and it really doesn't need to be. And what is quite sad is this slow decline, a lot of guys in their 50s and 60s start to believe is acceptable and normal. And that is the dangerous part. Now, one of the things that I've noticed about midlife age men is that they just accept that their life is as it is. They accept their poor fitness, their job that they're stuck in, and even the kind of women they think they can attract. And it isn't because they can't do better. It's because comfort becomes easier than effort. Now, the problem is, every excuse that you accept quietly shapes your life without you even realising it. And the men that stand out, they refuse to settle. They push themselves, they challenge themselves, and they refuse to let age, fear, or laziness define them. If this video today helps just one of you to become the better version of yourself, then the time it's taken me to put this together would have been truly worth it. Okay, I just want to quickly pause the video, guys, to thank Marnie from the Wing Girl Method for sponsoring today's video. Now, Marnie, she's been on MTV, Dr. Drew, Ask Men, and a whole bunch of other shows. And Marnie's mission is simply to help guys like you start winning with women. And with 1.4 million subscribers, she clearly knows what she's doing. Now, think about it, fellas. Who's better to give you dating advice than a woman? Having a woman in your corner showing you how to flirt is honestly one of the fastest ways to get dating success. And that's exactly what Marnie and the Wing Girl Method do. She's helped tens of thousands of men just like you transform both their social and their dating skills through her science-backed F formula. The F formula is a digital program that teaches you step by step how to communicate, flirt, and show the energy and confidence that women actually respond to. Now, the best part is you don't need to be a model and you don't need millions in the bank. If you're shy, divorced, or maybe just stuck in that friend zone, then this system is for you. Apply the steps in the Wing Girl Method and you will start seeing results almost immediately. Women responding differently, more attention and more connection. I've put a link in the description. There's also a QR code on the screen that you can scan. And yes, you'll get a special discount when you use my link. Massive thanks to Marnie and the Wing Girl Method for supporting this channel. Now back to the video. Okay, so let's rewind to 2018 because that's when my call for change come, and it was a serious one. Now, without going into huge amounts of details, I was taken ill, I was rushed into hospital by ambulance, and my family were told that I probably had just a few hours to live. Now, what had happened was that my colon had burst and bacteria had got itself into the bloodstream. And that meant that my body had started to close itself down with sepsis. So my lungs, my kidneys and my heart all started to shut down. Now, I'm going to be honest, I don't really remember much after that. What I do remember is waking up in intensive care. And when I did wake up, I had a stoma and a colostomy bag. I lived with that bag for 6 months. And during that time, I was told something that changed everything. I was told that I had a maximum of 12 months to get my body fit and strong enough for reversal surgery. And if I didn't, then the bag was going to be permanent. And that put things into perspective very quickly for me. What it made me realise is that training in midlife isn't about chasing youth. Yes, it's about being the best version of yourself, but it's also about protecting your future, because strength gives you options. It keeps you independent, keeps you confident and capable. Doing nothing gets harder every single year. Training shouldn't be looked at as a punishment. It's maintenance for the life that you want to keep living. Now, a lot of people think that the hardest part is starting, and it isn't. The hardest part is discipline, because discipline is what you need to show up once the motivation fails. Because if you purely rely on motivation, your training is going to become a flash in the pan. Now, I've had much younger guys ask if they can come to the gym with me because they're serious about becoming the best version of themselves. They buy a month's membership and they've trained hard for the first week. Then the excuses have started to come in. I'm too busy. I'm too tired. Something better has cropped up that I want to do. Now, nothing changes with these guys because nothing is consistent. Discipline isn't about going hard, although you need to go hard at this if you want to see the changes. It's about mainly doing the work even when you don't feel like it, especially when you don't feel like it. If you want real change, discipline isn't optional. If you don't have it, you're not going to struggle sometimes. You're just simply going to fail. What it made me realise is that training in midlife isn't about chasing youth. Yes, it's about being the best version of yourself, but it's also about protecting your future, because strength gives you options. It keeps you independent, keeps you confident and capable. Doing nothing gets harder every single year. Training shouldn't be looked at as a punishment. It's maintenance for the life that you want to keep living. Once discipline is in place, it's then just about finding a system that you can stick to. And this is where people overcomplicate things. You don't need the perfect routine. You just need one that fits in with your life, whether that's going to the gym before work, after work. Just find something that works for you and something that you can stick to. Now, for me, it's pretty straightforward. I train 4 days per week. 1 day arms, 1 day legs, 1 day chest, 1 day shoulders. Nothing extreme and nothing fancy. Cardio doesn't have to mean suffering. For me, it's just moving, it's walking, staying active, moving during the day and keeping my body involved in life. If your system fits your lifestyle, you're going to stick to it. You're going to see the changes, and that is going to keep the discipline and the motivation, hopefully, in place. The same approach I apply with food as well. I don't do anything extreme. I don't diet, and I certainly don't miss out on the things that I like. But I am aware that you are what you eat. And if you are training and you are serious about making these changes to be the best version of yourself, then you do need to be consistent with what you are eating. So I eat plenty of fish, plenty of meat, plenty of vegetables, but at the same time, I don't miss out on the treats I like. So if I want to have a pint of Guinness, I'll have a pint of Guinness. If I want a little bit of chocolate, I'll have a little bit of chocolate. But consistency is key. You can't train without having the right fuel. So this is really important, that you do watch what you're eating, but at the same time, don't miss out on the little pleasures in life. Okay, so let's talk about supplements, because like everything else, I keep my supplements simple and I use just 2. The first one is creatine. This is the one I use from My Protein. And this is basically to support my strength and my recovery. The other supplement I use is whey protein. And I use this just simply to top up when my food source alone doesn't give me the amount of protein I need. And I usually aim for 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. And I'm just under 200 pounds, so that's what I aim for, 200 grams of protein a day. And that's it. They don't replace effort, guys, the supplements. All they do is they just support the consistency. Now, it is important to track your progress, I'm not going to lie, because without tracking it, you're not going to know how you've been during the course of the day. But don't track with obsession. If nutrition feels a little bit confusing, then tracking can certainly help it. And there are many free apps that will let you log what you eat during the day. Not to be obsessive, but just to be aware, because most people are surprised when they see what they're actually eating. Awareness alone is often enough to change habits for the positive. Okay guys, I'm going to close the video, but I'm really hoping, as I said at the start, that this will inspire you to become the best version of yourself. It isn't about becoming or trying to look like someone else. It's about staying strong enough to live the life you want. Training is going to make you not only look better, your clothes fit better, but it's also going to give you energy and confidence, and that can only be a good thing. So wherever you are, whether you've trained in the past and you've let it slip, or whether you've never trained, start, build the discipline, and remember to keep it simple. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this video, I'm going to ask you to hit that like button, also hit the hype button, and if you haven't already subscribed, subscribe to the channel. It's absolutely free to do, it doesn't cost a penny, but it helps this channel to continue to grow. Anyway, enjoy whatever you're doing for the rest of the day, and I'll catch you in the next one.